Hello, my name is Marco Flores. I am an occupational therapy student at Midwestern University, and this is my occupation-based kit. For my activity, we will be painting a flower. The supplies needed will be a canvas, a stencil that I drew out and cut out, acrylic paint of varying colors, paintbrushes of varying sizes. We have the sponge and the regular paintbrushes. We have a cup with water, a napkin, and a plate to hold all your paints. So, the first step in painting this flower will be to put your paintbrushes in the cup of water and grabbing one of your paintbrushes and just lightly brushing the paintbrush with some water. This is so that when you put the acrylic paint onto the canvas, the paints go onto the board smoothly and evenly so that they don't look blotchy and spotty everywhere. Just a couple more layers of water so that the water fills in all the holes and crevices of the canvas. Awesome. Now we're going to let that dry for a second, and then once it dries, we will apply the stencil on so that we can start drawing the flower. So after it has dried a little bit, we're going to grab one of our paintbrushes, preferably the biggest paintbrush, and then you're going to grab the color that you would like to use for your background and just start painting the background and give it a nice layer and a nice coat so that it's evenly colored in everywhere. After the paint has dried, grab the stencil and place it over your canvas. Now grab one of the other paintbrushes and then grab the paintbrush and stick it in the color that you want your petals to be. For me, I'm choosing this dark blue color. So now I'm going to paint the petals. While you're painting the petals, make sure you hold on to the stencil onto the canvas so that it doesn't move throughout the paint process. I'm painting the edges first, that way in case my stencil does move, I have a reference so that I can go back and fill it in. And when you're getting to the stem area, be sure to leave just a little gap in between, that way you can paint your stem a different color than the petals. Okay. Now that I've painted my petals, I'm going to put this paintbrush in the water and I'm going to grab a different paintbrush. And now I'm going to grab the green color from my stem, and now I'm going to paint the stem. Now we're going to let this dry before we add on any other details. So after it has had a chance to dry, take the stencil off and place it somewhere else. Now we're going to grab a small paintbrush and we're going to grab some of this yellow to create the center portion of the flower. And this step is also an opportunity to add other details you would like to add to your painting, such as grass or clouds. And for me, I'm going to add some grass on the ground. Then I might draw a sun on the corner. Let's see, some grass. And I'm going to add a sun now. Nice little happy sun. And now you let this dry. So this is the final product with a pretty flower. So a diagnosis that may benefit from this activity would be individuals with depression. With depression, this activity can help them increase their social interaction skills. It can help them express their feelings onto the canvas, and it could also allow them to identify leisure activities that may be beneficial to them. A way to grade this activity up would be to have the individuals pick out a specific painting or a specific shape or an outline that they wish to draw, and have them cut it out and make the stencil themselves. And a way to grade down this activity is to have the outline pre-drawn onto the canvas so that they can just fill it in and that they can just go along with the painting. And also to have less colors so that they don't get overwhelmed with having to make that decision. A way to adapt this activity would be to have this activity outside in the outdoors, or to increase the lighting inside of a room, and maybe even playing upbeat music can help boost the morale of this activity. This activity is very good for relaxation skills, and it's also very good for decision-making skills. You don't want to have too many paint options for them as they may get overwhelmed with the amount of colors that they have to choose from. So having fewer colors may be better. And another diagnosis that may benefit from this is individuals with arthritis of the hand and the wrist. So with arthritis, you want to be able to help them identify leisure activities that they can use with their hand and their wrist, and hopefully you can help them regain functional ability of their hand and their wrist. A way to grade this activity up would be to have a smaller paintbrush, and a way to grade this activity down would be to have a thicker paintbrush, or even having sponge tip paintbrushes so that they can just dab on the paint onto the canvas. A way to adapt this activity for individuals with arthritis would be to have them have a brace so that you can reduce the movement of the hand and the wrist so that they don't feel pain throughout this activity. And as you're reintroducing this activity to individuals with arthritis, you need to make sure to do warm-up exercises and activities so that they don't strain themselves. And if they do start to get or feel pain and start to get sore, maybe taking a break or even applying creams to reduce the amount of pain that they're feeling. And yeah, so this was my activity. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and have a great day.